Welcome to Under the Hood, a Fuel.AI miniseries spotlighting the people behind the data powering AI. I'm Virginia Puccio, founder and CEO of Fuel.AI. Each episode features a top bounty hunter and the impact they're making. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to Under the Hood, Fuel.AI's mini pod. I'm here today with Jessica, who is one of Fuel.AI's newest bounty hunters out of San Diego, California, but she rose to the top really quickly. So I'm excited to welcome her to the show today. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a rainy day here in San Diego, so
Yes. So just going to be raining soon here in the Bay Area too.
oh,
All right. Well, we're going to jump into a few questions. I have a few
okay.
questions for you today. So I'm curious. I did mention that you're one of our newer bounty hunters, but tell me about how long you've been a bounty hunter and how did you hear about Fuel AI?
So I've been a bounty hunter for about a year now. I heard about Fuel.AI through my husband, who heard about it through his friend, mutual friend, and he's one of the top bounty hunters from what I hear in Fuel.AI.
Mhm.
So we started to apply and do a few missions, and we really liked it. We really enjoy it.
Awesome. That's great.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what made you want to join? And were you hesitant at first about being a bounty hunter?
I was hesitant. I was skeptical for sure. Just because it sounded too good to be true. Like you have a flexible schedule, but it's still structured. But we were looking for something to do on the side other than our 9 to 5s, and it's nice because we get to do it together. A lot of the times we bounty hunt together and help each other out, and it's like our time, on Sunday, our little Sunday ritual.
Oh, that's so cool. That sounds
He
fun.
maps out the locations, like, okay, which, his and mine, and then we'll go and do them together.
Oh, that's fun. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is.
I love that. Okay, so tell me what it's like to work on a mission. What kind of missions do you work on? What does it feel like? What do you have to do? Just if somebody were like, "What do you do?" How, what would you tell them?
Yeah. So when I explain it to people, I say that I work for an AI company on the side, and I'm a bounty hunter. And they're always like, "Pardon me." But we're capturing data. I work mostly with consumer electronics. So we printers, like stores like Staples and Office Depot. I love getting Sam's Club because I already have to go there usually. So it's like
Yeah,
goes into my chores.
that's okay. Tell me a little bit about. Tell me what it's like when you go to Staples or Office Depot. You mentioned and Sam's. What do you have to do?
So Sam's Club is a bigger one because with consumer electronics, the TVs, countertop, kitchen countertop, equipment.
Yeah, so at Sam's, like once
Yeah.
you've mentioned they have a lot of different types of products. What do you do with those products?
So we capture, for instance, like with TVs,
Hmm.
let's say, we take a picture of the TV, as a nice clear picture, and then we take a picture of the SKU to send that in also of each TV that's displayed.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
SKU being like the sales tag.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
The sales
awesome.
tech. Mhm.
Good. Cool. Um, and then how about what would you say are what is like the best part of being a bounty hunter? I know you mentioned you like working on it with your husband and you guys
Yeah.
that's kind of your Sunday time. I know
Mhm.
also when we spoke previously you mentioned that you often choose retailer locations so that you can like go to your favorite sandwich shop and
Yeah.
run other errands. So like what would you say, what might be some good parts about being a bounty hunter?
I definitely, depending upon the week, I'll apply for a certain location because I'm like, there's a boba place that I really like over there, and so we could stop there after. Um, really like that. I really like the flexibility. And I like that I'm contributing to something like with AI. It's so up and coming, and I mean, it's here. So I'm learning, and it's fun. My plan is to rise to the top with this company and get Home Depot and but I
Awesome.
love doing like CVS and Office Depot. Those are my typical stores And it's nice because we go into the same stores often. They kind of get to know you and they're like, "Hi." And they don't, certain places don't ask too many questions, and then other times they are like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, that's actually nice to hear because we have heard from a few bounty hunters that have said like you have to kind of be discreet when you're in there rather than
Yeah.
them saying hi to you. They're kind of like, "What are you doing here?" So it's nice
Yeah.
to hear that they're kind of welcoming you and
They
recognizing you.
When I get the same Office Depot like week after week and I go in, like we had my son, he's 4,
Hmm.
and we were capturing, our mission, and my son was talking about Spider-Man and there was a backpack, and one of the people just went back and he was like, "We actually do have a Spider-Man backpack." We ended up buying it, like, because they see us all the time. They know that, like, and they don't question us. I mean, I have been questioned because you do try to be discreet. It's hard to not hard to explain, but like people who work at this store, they're like, "What? Why are you taking pictures of all of our printers?"
Right.
And when you explain it to them, yeah. But I've only had maybe one time where they were like, "Please leave." But it was a good interaction. It wasn't like crazy or anything.
Yeah. Okay. And I have to say, I heard you mention that you had your son with you. So you like do family bounty hunting. You even have your kids.
So yeah, I have one son,
Okay.
and when yeah, we take him sometimes, and we'll give him like our other phone, and he's like, "Are we gonna go take pictures today?" I'm like, "We are." He'll like take pictures of the prices, and I mean, we don't use them obviously, but he
Right.
feels like he's helping, and then he'll get something after, like we'll go get him, a treat. I'm like,
Okay.
"You worked with us today. That was nice."
That's adorable. Hey, you know
Yeah,
what? Give them a strong work ethic when they're young.
yeah, yeah. And
That's
it's
great.
nice because, like I said, well, if I get Sam's Club or if my husband, we get the HBW, the health, beauty, wellness. So we have like a big section of the store to do. And who doesn't like going to Sam's Club? You know? So
Yeah.
he's like interested in everything, looking at everything, especially this time of year. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. So tell me, do you have any tips for successful data capture? Like what kinds of things do you think have you've learned along the way that have helped you be more successful?
To slow down
Okay.
because you do want to get a good picture.
Hmm.
And it's hard depending upon the store that you go to with the lighting,
Mm.
like, or the tags, for instance, Ace Hardware, those tags are so small and you want to get the best picture that you can. And you also want to be discreet. So I'd say slow down, take your time, get a better picture. Um, the lighting and everything, it does make a huge difference. For instance, like with printers,
Hmm.
and Office Depot or Staples, they have such great lighting. But when you're trying to take a picture, the light will reflect on the tag. So you just have to angle, and once you get the hang of it, it's a piece of cake.
Okay, that's great. I heard you mention HBW, and just for our listeners who are not familiar with that term, that stands for Health, Beauty, and Wellness. So,
Yeah.
in addition to consumer electronics, we also do like ink and toner and health, beauty, and wellness, some other categories. So, just in case anybody didn't know what that meant,
Yeah.
just clarifying. Okay, so tell me a little bit about, you mentioned that you also work in customer service. I'd love to hear a little bit about your educational and your work background. Do you have any other jobs that you work on right now besides being a bounty hunter?
Yes. So I'm a mom of a crazy 4-year-old. So that's a full-time,
Job
crazy,
number one.
beautiful job. Um, but I also work for a property management company inside of a building. I'm the lead receptionist. Um, I live also, so part of the building is executive offices and part is an apartment complex.
Mhm.
So I'm actually in both. Yeah, it's a
Convenient.
nice place. Yeah, there's a lot of attorneys in the building because it used to be a firm back in the day.
Ah,
So you get to hear a little bit of everything, and it's pretty nice.
interesting. So
Hmm.
then it sounds like you're just super busy.
Yeah, I can be busy at times. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to stay busy. It's good to, work. And like I said, with Fuel AI, I've really taking my son sometimes. I mean, not very often, but and then with my husband, it's a little bit of bonding time, and then we'll go do something after, you know. So it's not just chores and work. It's like a fun Sunday.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay, if you don't mind me asking, how much do you usually make as a bounty hunter? What does it look like on a weekly basis or
Um,
a monthly basis or however you want to explain it?
so I would say probably anywhere from each week 100 to 250.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. That's nice.
Yeah. Not too bad at all. And I can get it done when I want to get it done within your time frame. So that's also very nice. Like if for some reason we can't do Sunday, there's always Monday after work or Tuesday.
Hmm.
So that's always nice.
Awesome. And
Mhm.
then I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
If somebody was thinking about becoming a bounty hunter and they wanted your advice, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to go for it. I really enjoy it. My husband really enjoys it. It it takes a little bit of time. Just watch the videos, you know, really put yourself into it, and it's worth it.
Okay, that's great. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. How about you? Do you have any for me?
So, what advice would you give to a bounty hunter who wants to like level up and get better stores? Not better stores, but bigger stores.
So we pretty much make sure that everybody starts small.
Yes.
When people often apply and they're like, "Ooh, Best Buy, $260. I want to do that." Nobody gets Best Buy on their first time they apply.
No.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And we start them with a smaller store. It
Hmm.
might be like a CVS or a Walgreens or maybe a Verizon or an Ulta.
Yeah.
The only way you might get a little bit bigger store is if you go for one of those. We have a list. We tell people right on the application form to these are the stores that it's hard for us to fulfill. And
Yeah.
usually those are regional stores. For example, BrandsMart's only available in Florida and Georgia.
Hmm.
So it can be hard to fulfill those stores. And even when we have people in Florida, sometimes they're like, hey, that store is 150 miles from me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in
Yeah.
Florida, but it's still really far. RC Wiley or RC Willie, I'm not even sure how it's
Yeah.
pronounced.
I see that.
That's another one that's a little bit tough for us to fulfill because they're only in like four different states and they're
Yeah.
only in the northern part of California, Nevada, Utah, and maybe parts of Arizona. So if you can get into one of those regional stores, sometimes that's a really good in as well, is one of those stores
Yeah.
that's hard for us to fulfill. And then I would say, in order to level up, be really communicative about what you're seeing in the stores. Drop us a note and let us know. So that we can let the AI builder know that you weren't able to find these things or you ran into this issue, things like that. Making sure that your pictures are clear. You mentioned this. The lighting is good. There's no
Yeah.
blur. There's no glare. All of that feedback, whether if it's good feedback, it boosts your ranking. But if it's not so good feedback, it might
Yeah.
drop your ranking a bit. So these are the kind of things I would say if someone really wants to level up is just make sure that they're continuing to do the best they can do. And then in terms of what we're doing on our side is trying to build up and have more opportunities for bounties so that
Hmm.
our bounty hunters can show, hey, look, I'm doing great. I'm doing more
Hmm.
and more. There's more opportunities. There's more money to be made, more rewards to be handed out to all of the bounty hunters. And so that's what we're doing on our side to help all of you level up as well.
Yeah. I feel like I leveled up fairly quickly ish. I don't know exactly, but the
Yeah, you
thing
did.
is yeah, I mean, and I really enjoy it. Like it's fun. It's fun, and I'm working and I'm getting paid. I mean, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I would just say definitely you have to slow down because initially you're nervous
Hmm.
and you just kind of want to get it done because you're like, oh my God, they're looking at, and it's not a big deal. Like it's not a big deal. Just take the picture. Sometimes I have to take two or three of, for instance, like at Staples because of the light, because I just can't get that glare off of the tag. So I'm
Right.
like, over to the side, or with pain medication. With pain medication, a lot of stores lock them up now, and so there's a glare there. So my husband and I actually have tried a few different things to get it as best as we can, because
Hmm.
it is harder with that
Yeah.
than, a product just being on the shelf. It's yeah.
Yeah, I would say I did look at your file and I checked with our customer success and operations team before each each of these interviews, and
Yeah.
I know that you've been really communicative, which is really important. And then the other thing I would say, which I forgot to mention earlier, is you apply for a lot of stores. So,
Yeah.
not necessarily what we tell people is like as many retailers as you have in your area that you want to go
Yeah.
to, and then just apply to two or three different locations for each retailer. But the more retailers that you apply to, the better
Yeah.
your chances. And that we might even, like, I might even, have like eat my own words when I say we're never going to give you a big store on your first time out. If you happen to be in a big in a region that's hard for us to fulfill and a
Yeah.
store that's difficult for us to fulfill, or the cards just happen to fall the right way that particular week because we didn't, a lot of people are on vacation and they're not applying or
Yeah.
whatever it is, we'll give a chance to somebody who's brand new and like, okay, well, last week they only did a Walgreens, but this week they're going to do a Lowe's. And,
And that's a big jump.
that's a big jump, exactly, and we
Yeah.
don't typically do that.
Hmm.
So that I would say also just have to tell people to apply a lot, to apply
Yeah.
to a lot of different retailers, small, big, especially when they're just starting out, because the more opportunities you give us and our team to assign you, the better
Yeah.
chances you have.
So I have two things with this to say. Two things from what you said. So I've referred people, or or my husband has referred them, and I've tried to like help coach them in a way like this is kind of what you have to do. You're going to apply for a little while. We're in a bigger city, so there's probably more people. So it's going to take some time, and then when you get some, it goes from there. And so her first week, I was like, "So what did you apply for?" And she's like, "Home Depot, Best Buy, Lowe's." And I'm like, "No, honey, like you have to apply." And honestly, after doing this, I don't think I would have wanted to get like Best Buy or Home Depot first.
Right.
I think I would have been a little, well, maybe not overwhelmed, but I would getting CVS and Walgreens starting out that way, or
Mhm.
Staples. Those are perfect stores for when you're starting out. So I had told her like I wouldn't even apply for those yet. I would apply for the smaller stores and build up, because you're going to get more comfortable,
Yes.
and that's what you need to do.
Yes. And we've absolutely got feedback from someone who's brand new because we used to give people Best Buy right off the bat. We're like, oh, they're in a
Yeah.
nice region. It's okay if they're brand new. And they would literally, respond to us and say, I walked into the store. I was so overwhelmed. I walked out because they were just like, oh my goodness, what am I
Yeah.
supposed to do here? So,
Yeah.
and even we've heard that with like Micro Center, we've heard that with BrandsMart, we've heard that with, even some of the stores that are not as big, but
Yeah.
feel very daunting when you walk in. So absolutely, we won't do it anymore because we know we're not setting people up for success that way. And do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, awesome.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Jessica.
Thank you.
It was great speaking with you. Happy hunting.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching Under the Hood. We'll be back next week with another story from the people behind the data. Fuel.AI is a global marketplace connecting data collectors to AI builders for first-party AI training data. See you soon.